and welcome to What Are You Saying? Hashtag Ways, where we talk about topics in the news as it affects us all. I am Osayua Saleh, and tonight, now wow, it's like they gave us a secret memo. I have D and NJ. Hi, ladies.
Hello.
Why are we wearing black now? Kilo,
I
you
don't
should
know.
leave the black to me.
I don't know. Excuse me?
And you can't follow me do green.
Excuse me? Check. This year is black and green, so.
Oh, my darlings. People don't know the
Excuse me.
many sins that black hides. Especially with this economic situation.
Oh, yeah.
You
Black
just
is,
wear your black
that
and
is
you're
beautiful.
good. Very beautiful.
All day long, every day.
How are you, NJ?
I'm good. I'm doing
How was
fantastic.
your day today?
They turned out okay. Heard some good news. Not ready to spill, but I'm just bouncing in myself.
I will
right
hear
now.
the speed after we go
I'm just
on the
bouncing
break.
in myself right
Oh,
now.
lovely! Congratulations,
Yeah.
even though I don't know what you are, but I can see the joy in your face.
Thank you very much.
Dee, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Are you sure?
I'm good.
I was telling Dee today, I said, when I came in and I saw her doing, getting her makeup done, I was looking around. I was like, Dee, is that all you wore? Like, no kimono. I was looking for a colored kimono or a plain colored kimono
and
with
those
the
things
black.
suit her so well.
I know.
And she just be bouncing.
Like it was made for her.
I'm telling you, it was meant for her. I don't know how and it's so fashionable. Like
Yeah,
she gets it
it's
right.
So,
It's very simple.
It just makes my life
simple,
so easy.
but yet very easy.
Yeah.
But yet it looks very elegant every time she puts it
Absolutely.
together.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
You're
All right,
welcome.
so today we're discussing mental health, Abby. That's what we're discussing. Something around health. You both should forgive me. All right, here's what we found as today's quote. It says, the true measure of a nation's progress is not just its economic growth, but also the health and vitality of its workforce. And this was from Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. What do people think about this quote?
I mean,
Wow.
I absolutely agree. The people can only prosper if they're in good health. If people are sick, you're practically useless to yourself
Absolutely.
and to the community. So you won't even have the strength to hustle or do anything. So yes, whether physical health, whether mental health, I think it's a major driving force, towards productivity, efficiency, sustainability, everything good, really.
Absolutely.
Where there's life, there's hope.
Exactly.
So if you're not alive, and life is not just breathing. Some people are breathing, but they are dead. So
I get that feeling.
So
I had to have a very tough conversation today because, again, for me, it's very important that, especially when you work within the creative space, you need to really have, joy working, because that creative juice will not flow. So for me, it's very paramount that every member of staff within the office, you put up a happy disposition, because it is in that happy, playful nature that we're able to get our work done. So it was important, so I had that very tough conversation today with a member of staff. So yeah, I get you. And that productivity will not be there if you don't have a healthy workforce, be it mental health, physical health, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
It is very important. All right, so in today's fast-paced world, maintaining healthy habits can seem like a daunting task, especially for those with busy lifestyles. However, integrating simple yet effective strategies into daily routines can make a significant difference in the overall health and well-being. So tonight, we are going to commemorate International Day of Families, right? And it's important how we explore strategies on how to maintain good health and wellness. And we have a nutritionist and wellness expert to discuss the topic, healthy habits for busy lifestyles. And when we open our phone lines, we really love to hear your thoughts on this topic. But first, let's quickly run off on a break. When we come back from that break, we want to see what we found in today's news.
They must have, and many of them actually do. But in a whole year, the senator or the a House of Reps member may not even visit that office once or twice. That's it. That's where the problem is. You know, most of these provisions are there in the law, but they are observed in breach. We are running a civil rule and not a democracy. This has always been my position.
Wow.
And until we are able to move the civil rule you have in Nigeria to a democracy, nothing. We will see worse even in days and months and years to come.
Wow.
Because there is no accountability in the system. There is no, in fact, the clear extant laws, very clear provisions of even the 1999 Constitution are observed in breach. You can see it in the local government administration. How come the local governments are run by unelected people? That is not the contemplation of the Constitution. But it's the Constitution that created the crisis, because the Constitution created the Jack account and made the governor the chairman. So once you do that, the governor will take advantage. And the governors are using local government funds to develop the urban centers, abandoning the local governments that own this money in the actual sense.
All right, you're still watching Ways Now. The International Day of Families is observed every year on the 15th of May. It was proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly in 1993 with the aim of highlighting the importance of families as the fundamental unit of the society. Now, this day also provides an opportunity to promote awareness of issues relating to families and to celebrate the diversity of family structures around the world. Theme for the International Day of Families today, it revolves around topics such as family well-being, solidarity, and the role of families in promoting sustainable development. Okay, now I see why what's it called? A friend of the house, Priest Fuwe, did the International Family Life Conference. So it's part of why the theme, is doing a great job, because training people to become a lot more conscious in handling families. You know how I always say that people, you just get pregnant, you have a child, and you think you're automatically qualified to be called a parent. No. Parenting is it requires a lot of skill. And the same thing with family, right? Handling a family unit, it requires a lot of capacity, because part of the biggest challenge that we have today as a people is because we have fundamental problems in the home. The child was not raised properly, takes it out on work, takes it out on colleagues, takes it out on the society, it's the same thing. So that's why you need to really have well-rounded, well-balanced people right from the family unit, yeah. But let me hear your thoughts on families,
I mean, families are, I think it's the strongest and most powerful unit, in any structure leading to community development or nation building. And you're so right in saying that parenting or building families require capacity. It's not just because you have a passion or because culture or society expects that, in the scheme of things in life, when you get to a certain age, you should just procreate and have babies. It's so much more than that.
Absolutely.
And I always say that if you do not even understand that there is a game to parenting, to living life, you don't even know the rules.
Absolutely.
And so how do you begin to even raise, other individuals in this kind of generation?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
NJ, you want to add your 2 cents, or we just move on?
Well, when it comes to family, I don't have a family of my own yet, but yes, it's a day, just like Jella said, and just like we were mentioned, it's an important day for us to create awareness as to what is expected within a family unit, what whether it's everyone's responsibility, and what is expected of them. because like you clearly said, the family is a unit. So it's important that everyone knows their part, the part that they're supposed to play.
I wanted to just quickly correct something, NJ.
What's that?
Because again, I see that is the common practice a lot of times. This was not how we were raised, right? The fact that you have siblings, have plenty of children, you already have family. Because a lot of time, again, because of this, me, myself, and my family, we have completely destroyed what that structure was supposed to look like. It's actually communal. Yeah. Do you understand? I hear a lot of people say, yes, this is the reason a lot of uncles abused, you know, aunties abused their nieces, nephews, uncles abused their nieces and all of that. I get it. But the truth is that the fact that I don't have a biological child does not mean that, you know, I'm not qualified to say I have families, because as long as there's a unit around your system, it is part of your responsibility to make sure that that child is raised in a friendly, loving environment. You understand? So all this me, myself, my small unit, it doesn't really work. That's what makes us Africans.
Yeah, I think you're very correct. That's
the culture that helped the very fabric of Africa.
Yeah.
And because we have thrown away that culture, that's why we are facing the kind of problems that we're facing today. So yeah, you have families, auntie. You will get plenty children around you.
What did
I don't have families on my own.
Of my own.
I know you do.
That's my own. When I
don't defend yourself.
When I
am
cleave
giving
to my
you
family,
family of your own.
I come from a very large family. So,
I know. That's what I'm saying. All right, so
I got family.
I was just going to tease you there. Yeah. Tell us what you found in today's news.
Okay, so my news story this evening is a story that has been making the rounds on social media. There's a video going up. I don't know if they'll be able to play that video, but my story is singer Portable jumps gates to escape as police come to arrest him over alleged unpaid debt for his G-Wagon. So, men... Can I read my story? Men of the Lagos State Police Command have arrested singer Portable. The singer was arrested today, on the 14th of May, following a petition from a car dealer. Portable allegedly purchased a G-Wagon worth 27 million from the car dealer and made a down payment and took the car away with the promise to pay the balance. After waiting for a while without any word concerning his balance, the dealer reached out to the singer, who claimed the car he purchased had faults. The dealer then asked the singer to return the vehicle or pay the balance, but Portable allegedly refused. So anyway, story goes on. Police command has come to arrest, and it has raised a lot of concerns and a lot of backlash to the police, and in favor of Portable and in favor of the car dealer. For the police, first of all, police is not supposed to be involved in matters of recovery, things like this. So then there's the part of him being rough-handled. Did you see that video? So that video is a singer who is internationally known.
Acclaimed. Sorry, excuse me.
And acclaimed.
Was this after he jumped over?
Yes, when they caught him.
Oh yeah, let's leave Portable. But I was just going to quickly say, who puts pressure on all these people? If you cannot afford a G-Wagon, why drive it? Why drive it?
A society.
Hey,
there's too many parts to this story.
No, there are too many. I'm telling you, too many, but we can't touch it. Maybe maybe we'll find another day.
Mine is it's something that has been going on for it's an information that has been around since last week. You know, this notice has been out. So, but this is just a reminder to people living around Ikorodu axis of Lagos State. This year's edition of the annual traditional Oro Festival, you know, scheduled for May 16, 2024, daytime and nighttime, women have been warned to please avoid moving around town during the Oro Festival. And, this secular, they've been talking about it. So I don't want people, because it's usually very dangerous. And
for women.
Yeah, for women. And not just that. I mean, it's a clear, you're putting yourself in a position of vulnerability, you know, if you are out and about at this time.
But now, I used to think Oro was nighttime. So why are they adding daytime? So
Well,
does this mean
So
that
are
these
you trying to
women
say
will
that
not go
people
to their
will not go to work?
workplace? Nothing.
well, they did say
Oh
that this
wow.
is daytime
The
and
government needs to come
nighttime.
into that.
Yeah, they need to
They
really
need
look
to
at
lay
it.
down some ground rules. There are festivals, yes, but they need to be governed by some
Yeah,
level of
yeah,
guidance because
I
too
agree.
many things get
Because
out of hand.
most
I
times women
agree.
are the ones holding the family. They are the ones going out
Absolutely,
to the
absolutely.
market.
And even that access, I mean, that's a market
Yeah.
access. So you have a lot of women
Going to
plying their
mile 12, I
trade
mean
and
mile 2, I mean, what's the
Unless
exactly.
they
name of
want to
that
give
market?
everybody public
And that's
holiday.
tomorrow,
Wow,
you
wow,
know.
wow.
So yeah.
All right, so my story is actually it's not a breaking. I mean, sorry, it's not fresh. I saw that story yesterday, and I thought it was worthy of mention. A guy that was caught in Jos. Thankfully, he was about to kind of like bomb a bank, and they apprehended him. And in the video, he was seen being tied up, saying that and as he was being tied up, he was saying that it was Boko Haram that actually sent him to go bomb the bank. And so the people said they would tie him up and they wanted to lynch him, they wanted to kill him. I'm not sure what the current situation of that boy is right now, but I think they did not successfully like kind of like kill the guy. So hopefully he's in police custody. I would think that things like this, it would be important to have like elicit information from them, I suppose carrying out jungle justice, because that's the only way we can solve the crime, right? I mean, yes, he was convinced, he was stupid enough to be convinced to say go and take a bomb and take it to a banking premises, right? But he has been apprehended. So I'm hoping that the police would take action and they'll be able to get more information and then probably trace it back to wherever that bomb came from. All right, so we'll go on a very short break. When we come back from that break, we want to discuss the conversation for tonight. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Yes, it is okay to say government cannot constantly subsidize an economy, right? So yes, should government take out subsidy? Yes, they should take out subsidy. But before they take out subsidy, at what point should they take out subsidy? What have they put in place to take out the subsidy? Because if you look at this, like I said again, there's a positive side to this conversation. If you say the government should take out subsidy, what it will do is, if government continues to subsidize electricity, what it does is it will help small businesses thrive. If you look at the economy, any small businesses are the life wire of any economy. Go and ask anybody. And what really, really, puts me off or sometimes makes me very upset is the fact that you see that we don't have, who are the people in the, economic think tank of the government? Who are the people thinking all of this?
We've got a very sexy tripartite committee with the big wigs, the money bags, the Dangotes, and the Illumalus. Those are the people.
And so it's just simple economics. If government subsidize electricity for the people, what it will do is it will stimulate economic growth. It would help small businesses, and small businesses are the life wire of every nation, right? And if that's not the case right now, with the current electricity hike, a lot of businesses are struggling. Do you know what would happen in the power sector? Just for a minute, for a second, if the president, if the governors, someone could just shut their eyes and imagine what this country would be like if we had power, what would happen to small businesses?
Once you are running a government by people that do not believe that their power derives from the people as electorate, you are not running a democracy. And that is where we are in Nigeria. So you'll find the senator who don't give a hoot. He will prefer to amass money to pay the people that will give him the mandate, pay party officials to get the ticket, pay INEC officials to write his results, pay police, pay everybody else, and abandon the people. Maybe during election, he may just give them 1,500 naira at the end. So when he is eventually elected in quote, he does not believe that the people put him there. He doesn't believe that. And if you were him also, you can see that he has a reason not to believe, because he knows how he got in power. He knows that the party the National Executive Committee gave him ticket. That's the truth. And the INEC wrote this result.
Yeah.
And police protected the result.
Okay.
So why will he have to come back to you and I to account for anything? He owes us nothing.
Yeah.
That's my point.
All right, thanks for staying with us now. Tonight, as we unwind and reflect on the significance of the International Day of Families, right, let's also take a moment to focus on something equally important. That's our health. In a world where time is a luxury, finding the balance between work and wellness can seem like an overwhelming challenge. So, our topic tonight is healthy habits for busy lifestyles. Now, our guest, Olubanke Claude Wilcox, right, is is an acclaimed wellness professional who boasts certifications in nutrition, wellness consulting, and personal training. As the founder of Fit and Well, she earned the title of Innovative Nutritionist of the Year at the Trek Africa Women Award, showcasing her expertise. Olubanke's consultancy roles at premier medical facilities in Lagos, including Danish Ashley Wellness Clinic and Kleinberg Medical Center, highlights her integral role in merging nutrition and wellness with mainstream healthcare. And we're very delighted to have the very fit, slim looking, very kinky Olubanke with us in studio. I said, which kind of intimidation is this one now? You should just tell us, just go back and go and starve ourselves until we look like you.
No, please don't stop.
I should not starve myself,
Don't
right?
starve yourself.
Thank
That's
you
all right.
so much for coming tonight. We're
Thank you for
excited to
having
have
me.
you.
Thank you
I
very
mean,
much.
I hear that this conversation has been postponed. Finally, you're here. So I think they were waiting for me to be here so that we can have that conversation, because I need that balance in my life.
Okay.
So, I mean, I want to touch first on the part where they talked about healthy habits for busy people. I mean, anybody that knows Lagos, whether by what's it called, by choice, or just by the fact that certain kind of circumstances, you just have to have a kind of skewed routine. I'll give an example. Just in the bid to escape traffic and all of that, some of us have had to change our wake up time. You know, I don't even need an alarm to wake me up at 4 a.m. every day, and you barely find time to sleep. Sometimes you're still awake at about 12 midnight, sometimes even at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. But that 4 a.m. is sacrosanct. You have to wake up. And I see that this is not even common with just me alone. A lot of people. Is even when you think you're resting, your brain is constantly working. So you hardly do find that time, that balance to just say, you know what, I just need to shut down. I need to rest. So how would you say that kind of, what's it called, the impact of those kinds of habits on the life, and how is it possible for us to start to kind of correct some of those, very, very, I feel it's so unhealthy.
It is.
I know.
It is. So your
I
first.
can't help it.
I know. Don't. So first of all, it's not your fault. Okay, it's not your fault. Life is lifing. Life is happening to everybody in Lagos and outside Lagos and all over the world. It's not even just here. Everybody is busier. So to be healthy, we have to be intentional. Okay. So you asked, your first question was, what's the impact? So impact, first of all, you're not sleeping. You are not as productive as you think or you would ideally be if you had enough sleep. Your lack of sleep. So we talked about, if you joked about starving yourself and weight, because everybody's crazy about weight and things like that.
You.
First of all, your lack of sleep is affecting your appetite. Okay? Because you not getting enough sleep is actually affecting your hormones, the hormones that, that regulate your appetite, your hunger and satiety. Do you understand? So your lack of sleep is already causing havoc in terms of your weight, in terms of your eating, in terms of your productivity, in terms of your brain power. So many things. You're more irritable, you're snappy. It's affecting relationships. It's affecting so many things. So this, our lifestyle, is actually not helping us. And so but what we do, we have to be intentional. So that's the first thing, is to be intentional and say, you know what, I cannot kill myself. I cannot kill myself. I have to actually take my health and my life into my hands. Okay, so that's first step. So.
Okay, let me let D
Okay.
come in, because I was just going to ask a follow-up question that 8 hours of sleep is luxury, because I hear this thing all the time. You need 7 to 8 hours of sleep. It's a luxury. Where do I find that 8 hours?
Okay, so you get home. Okay, so let me use you as if I'm talking to
I
you
leave
like
4
a
a.m.
client.
I
Okay,
get
you leave
home
4
maybe
a.m.
sometimes 10:30, 11.
Okay.
Where's
And
the 8
when
hours?
do you have dinner?
No. I try to eat before I
Okay,
even get
so
home.
when you get home,
I've had dinner already.
you've had dinner already. So do you sleep, or you do one or two things? Do you go on your phone?
Yes. Can I be there for 3 hours?
Sure,
talking?
you see, that's not being intentional. That's not being intentional, exactly. So drop your phone. Try. It's hard. I know. I was watching something, and I was in a meeting yesterday, and they said there's an app that actually stops you from
shuts down your phone.
Yes, you can't even go on social media for certain times. So you can set it like from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. or 10 p.m. So you have to. So you just have. But you have to be intentional. You have to make up your mind. That's it. So if you haven't, maybe you haven't made up your mind.
Let Diola come in, please.
You have to make up your mind.
I want to talk about the eating part of
Okay,
it,
please.
the nutrition part of it. So, like you rightly said, a lot of people are crazy about weight loss. So I will use myself as an example. I'm very picky with food.
Okay.
So I've been on some diets in the bid of, as much as I really like exercise, I try to exercise, but, work has just been crazy for a while, Nigerian foods. I know that a lot of people say, oh, with Nigerian foods, you can still... But I find that a lot of Nigerian foods are very heavy on carbs. And it might not necessarily aid your weight loss journey, number one. So I'm trying to look at the flip side of, okay, if you really, really want to say, okay, you know what, I want to be quite intentional about my food, I want to eat right, I want to have XYZ protein, and you may end up spending way, more than, you budget, or more than you can even afford. That's on one hand. Then on the second hand, you talk of snacking. Healthy snacking, really snacking. I don't know the snack that is it gala or is it munchies?
You'll be all right.
Mini.
Your
Is
problem
it,
is
what?
not-
What? No. I'm just saying generally. I mean, because even I'm trying to look at the cost effectiveness of it. You want to snack on apple. Apple is like 500 naira or how much now? No, really. I mean, because this is something that touches everyone. You understand? So what options are there, or what kind of strategies, or what ways can one look at these things to say, okay, you know what, this is a better way to manage? Because really there's really not so much information. People just give you a theoretical based, talk and say, just do this, it's not necessarily sustainable.
practical.
Yeah. So yes, please.
Okay. So you said many things.
A lot.
Yeah.
So let's start with the first thing you said about carbs and Nigerian food, and how you don't think it's practical to lose weight on Nigerian food because it's carb heavy. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So everywhere around the world they eat carbs. So it's not just Nigeria. Abroad they eat bread all the time, which is also not so
Pasta,
great.
burger.
Pasta. Do you understand?
Fries.
Fries. So all over the world we eat a lot of carbs. So it's not, the carbs are not really the demons. It's actually our own mindset and our own habits. It is true. Because from when, even I find that with maybe Africa, but Nigeria, so let's speak about Nigeria. From when we are small, we are taught to eat a lot. From when you are a baby, you eat. It starts from even babies. It even starts from babies. You are not
The
feeding this
portions.
child. This child is not. They come and attack all the mothers. This child is not eating. Feed this child. Feed this child. So it starts from when you are a baby. You are taught, eat more. Eat more. If you don't finish your food, wajek back for those who are Yorubas. You know. So we're there finishing, and guess what? Those finish your food habits. Do you know people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, we still have it in our minds to finish our food, even if we're full.
So true.
Let me
Yes.
yes. Your story. Let me help you. So my sister got married to a Frenchman.
Okay.
The first day he saw her eat, like he put his
Jeez.
because amongst all of us, she's skinnier than you.
Wow.
Like literally, she's the skinniest amongst us. But when she wanted to eat, it's like a mountain. So he was looking at her like, first of all, where is the food going to? Secondly, why are you eating so much, right? You know, so now, I mean, it's almost 10 years they've been married. Like, so she can't even trace her life back to that lifestyle.
Wow.
Literally, right? Because again, then she now understood the culture of eating small bite sizes and all of that. Now, you even beg her to eat. She does not even have this was somebody that literally, if you did not heap the rice. So the rice was not a normal rice on the plate. It had to look like a mountain. It had to be bringing out
Yes,
steam. In
yes.
fact, till this day, we laugh about it.
Like a volcano.
Yes, like a volcano. It had to be bringing out steam. That is the only way she would touch that plate. If it was not like that, she was not going to eat it.
Wow.
But all of a sudden, that mindset changed. When I also then noticed it, I know because my mom will always tell us, I never leave a plate with anything on it. I never leave a plate with anything, even if it's a grain of rice, you will not see it.
Yeah.
So when I studied my pattern of eating, I knew that what I needed to focus on was the portion. Because if, no matter how full I feel, if the plate, there's still food on it, I do not find myself throwing away that food. I will have to finish it.
Exactly.
So that culture thing, just to
Yes.
collaborate with what you said.
So it's our culture. So the
Yeah.
carbs are not the demons. It's our mindset and our culture and the way we've been brought up. And it's not our fault. It's just how we've been brought up.
It's our culture.
And it's there in your
Yeah,
mind. It's
yeah.
there. You know, even in boarding school, you have to finish your food. You have to rush. If not, they're going to... Do you understand? It's there. It's everywhere. And we still carry... Even now, when nobody is chasing us with that food, no senior is there that is going to collect your food. But you're rushing your food. And you want to finish it. Even though your mom is not there with her egba, you are still finishing your food. Do you understand? So it's a lot to do with our mindset. The carbs are not the demons. It's actually our mindset.
These are the narratives.
And why you breathing heavy?
When she says it's our mindset, I'm like, how do we
Remove the mindset.
because it affects us in different ways.
Yes.
So, for initially you spoke about like our sleep patterns.
Yes.
Yeah, and how it affects us. So for me, my sleep pattern affects me a lot, and I know you mentioned that it affects everything. So it affects me because I work out a lot, and by workout I do a little bit of workout in the morning before I leave the house, and I play tennis in the evenings. And I've also been told that working out in the evenings is not so good because it takes your body a while to cool down.
Shut
Let me
down,
put it
yeah.
that down.
Okay. in
Cool
some
down.
cases, okay.
But for me, most of the time when I get home, I still have to work a bit before I go to bed. So I already know that from the earlier statement is that my sleep is probably what it is because I work out a lot. Like for me, that's a lot of workout. If I go to the gym and I spend that much time, I should be well toned and everything. But what I'm trying to ask is, are there any other options of things I can do that can help? I can't depend solely on sleep because, like Uwa said, it's a busy life and things have to get done. I can't stop talking to my friends or my family because I want to sleep early.
Like this already American now. But as I'm living here,
I consider myself a night owl. So I work better at night. So what are some other options that I might need to look into to help out with, whether it's weight loss, whether it's
I was going to ask you, what's your goal? What's the goal? What are we looking at? What's the issue that your sleep is preventing from happening? What's the question?
It's actually affecting my weight loss because for the amount of
workout. You
workout
should
I
have
do,
lost weight by now.
I should be like 6-pack everything. I know that that's not how it's supposed to be.
You know what? I'll let you answer the question, but let's quickly run off on a very short break. We'll be right back. All right, if you just tuned in, we are discussing the topic healthy habits for busy lifestyles, right? With Olubankole Claude Wilcox.
Banke.
Olubanke. Olubanke.
Yes.
Claude Wilcox.
Yes.
All right, so she's a nutritionist, a weight loss and wellness consultant. Now, please, let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join this conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-4663. You can also call our phone line. The number to call is 0702500779. All right, so, I mean, NJ's question, right? What that habit is doing for me is affecting my weight. Yeah. It's affecting my weight. So I had to stop eating because I noticed that I don't eat all day and I eat probably like a meal a day and I just eat it at night and I just go to sleep. So I stopped that. I'm trying to eat before, or let's say at most 7 p.m. and not do that. But that sleep, I don't have the sleep. And mine is so bad that if I have a project in front of me, I don't even need an alarm. Like literally my brain will just wake up. So if I sleep at 1 a.m., my brain can wake up at 2 a.m. and I don't sleep anymore. See, like, so I think it's not a good thing for me. Let me not just wake up one morning and you've seen me in Yaba left. What do you think?
I think so. You're someone who's like a bit high strung. Yeah, you're high strung and you're under a lot of stress. You're under a lot of stress, and that stress is also preventing you from losing weight. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh there, but that's because of your hair.
It's your hair.
It's your hair that
They know themselves.
Yeah.
So what would be a solution? Because I know that a lot of people are in that state. Don't forget again, the economic realities that we're facing right now is also bringing that pressure.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of younger people getting high blood pressure. It's really getting worse. People hardly sleep and the blood pressures are spiking off the roof and all of that. How would you say that, I mean, if you want to look at it, because she touched on nutrition, on food. I want to say that even with our food, I didn't know, because I always hear that eat the fruit in the season is always very helpful and all of that. Are there no particular foods that we should start to really focus on? So maybe in the herbal lines or the veggie lines and all of that, so that they can like kind of be like supplements for some of the things that we're lacking with these other bad habits that we have developed over time. What can we do?
I think we should eat like our grandparents. Let's just eat like them. If you can try to eat as natural as possible. They ate eba, they ate yam, they ate rice, but they also ate fruits. They ate kola nuts, they ate all these natural things, which we have. You mentioned apple the other time. There's apple, there's orange, there's also mango, there's agbalumo. It's not only apple. So I don't know, we always tend to go to the imported things and we feel like they're healthier. Not really. They're just as healthy as agbalumo. Do you understand? So I think it's because when we think of meal plans, we think of something we've seen online. And the things online are not made by us.
Yeah.
They're not made by us.
In fact, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Because there's so much narrative out there.
No, but you see those meal plans, right, that are not made by us. How easy are we able to preserve the ones that we have? I'll give you an example. There's a certain kinds of food you will cook now. Like, it cannot last till evening. Like, even if you put it in the fridge, at some point, especially with our epileptic power situation, the most ideal thing for a busy life person should be meal prep for a week.
Yes.
Do you understand?
True.
But if you put in those things and you've done all the meal prep, I've seen the glass jars, very lovely ones online and all of that. But if you put them in the fridge, there's every likelihood that food might go bad. I had to start doing a lot of bringing frozen food. I have a lot of frozen food in my freezer. So I bring them in the small fridge so I am able to eat. If not, I can stay all day without eating. But how what's it called? How applicable are those things? Because our light situation, we have a lot of problems that we're dealing with. So what's the quickest way, I mean, to help
For this particular question that you said, that one, you have to take that on a case-by-case basis. It's not every day that they won't be light all the time. Do you understand? So this is why I also work with people on a case-by-case. You said that, people are having health issues. In the midst of all this stress, people are losing weight.
Sure.
People are living healthily. In the midst of all this, I've worked with many people. I've helped to align their lifestyles to the craziness of Nigeria. Do you understand? And they are living healthily and they're losing weight because we've managed to work on all these other areas. And it's possible. Actually, the main missing thing is knowledge.
Yeah.
Is knowledge. Once you know better, you do better. Once you actually just know what to do. Do you understand? It's easier. It's not perfect, but it's easier. These things, they're not impossible. It's mainly ignorance. That's what I find a lot of times. People, and it's not their fault. It's actually not people's fault because they don't know what is out there. There's even so much confusing information out there.
Yeah.
There's too much and it's confusing as well. So you need somebody to come and guide you and bridge the gap and say, okay, no, it's like this and like that. That's what I find.
I absolutely agree. Okay, so I have another question. The idea around fasting.
Intermittent, please.
Wait.
specify.
I know fasting generally is good because, well, I mean, for whatever reason, religious or whatever, but I also think it's an excellent avenue for you to detoxify yourself, you know. However, intermittent fasting coming to work. So again, there's a lot of fad and a lot of information and all that. My question is for the other women. I'm not even talking generally for other women. Again, because women's body are very peculiar. I want to ask what impact does intermittent fasting have on hormones for women?
Okay. So let's talk about intermittent fasting generally. Fasting is actually, it's a good habit, but I think sometimes we take it too far.
Until he gave me ulcer.
Do you understand?
Practical example.
Exactly. Sometimes we take it too far. We take it too long in two things. Long in the hours, we stretch the hours, and long in that, I think, for me, intermittent fasting is something you do temporarily to lose weight. Some people have taken intermittent fasting as their lifestyle. It's not, even Jesus was not fasting all the time. It's true. He wasn't fasting all the time. He just fasted for a short time. It's good, but he didn't say your life should be a fasted life. Your body was not actually made to fast all the time. So when we start doing things that wreck the natural equilibrium of your body, then things may start going wrong. So I would just say that in those cases, maybe they've ever extended it and taken it for too long. So now your body is just going crazy because your body believes that there's famine. There's famine. There's no food. And you're stretching your hours longer and longer. It's like there's permanent famine. So your body is holding on to fat. It's holding on because it wants to keep you alive. Your body wants to keep you alive. That's why I don't encourage
because any
starving,
little
starving
food
yourself.
that you introduce into the body, I don't know when the next meal will come. Let me hold on.
Just hold on to it.
That's what the body does.
Yeah, that's what the body is. A very when it's our habits and the things we do, thinking we are doing the right thing. Sometimes, unfortunately, we actually scatter the equilibrium of the body, and that can start affecting our hormones and several things.
Okay, so one last question from me.
Okay.
So do you think that it is advisable for anyone who wants to take nutrition and wellness seriously to have a proper, professional consultation with a nutritionist?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't even know how much more I can.
But
absolutely.
Do we really, really appreciate the work that you do in this part of the world?
People are beginning to.
Okay.
People are beginning to, but they are beginning to. I mean, when I even first started about, how old is my son now? Like 16 years ago, I remember people were telling me, Banke, Nigerians, you like about too much. Nobody's going to answer you. Do you understand? That's what they were saying, but it's not true. Yeah. People have, when I started walking and nobody was walking around. Though now there's traffic, people are jogging everywhere. It wasn't like that. Yeah. It wasn't like that before. Yeah. There's an awareness now. People want to live. Nobody wants to die. Very and even people everybody wants to live, no matter how much money you have. Because being sick is expensive. Being unhealthy is expensive. It is. Preventive health, preventive medical care is the best. It's easier, it's cheaper, and you live longer. You don't have to wait till everything goes wrong. That's more expensive, you know.
So, AJ, you had a question?
Yes,
okay,
yes. My final question. So, what is the importance of hydration and body movement in the whole, health lifestyle?
Our body is made up of about 80%, 70, 80% of our body is water. So it's like your car is made up of fuel and saying that I'm not going to put fuel in my car. Your car will not run. So you need to be hydrated. You need to be hydrated, whether it's through water, whether it's through fruits. Fruits have water, vegetables have water, everything has water, but in varying amounts. So hydration is absolutely necessary. You people say, oh, I don't like water. Drink something. I'm not saying drink sodas, but drink something. Take watermelon. Take something that has water. Take fruits. Do you understand? So hydration is absolutely necessary. What's the second one?
When is water
Movement
too much?
and mobility.
Okay, and movement.
Yes.
Oh, movement is so in relation to water or just generally.
Generally.
Oh, your body was made to move. Your body
People
was,
that have
your body
so people
was
that
made
have
to move.
sedentary lifestyles, so
Yes.
they're working from home on a computer, let's say from 9 a.m. to like 5 p.m. permanently on their computer. How detrimental is that to their health?
Even they will tell you pain,
Yeah.
weight gain, pain, headaches. Your body, like I said, when we go against the natural, the body has a natural, there's an equilibrium, that's how this body was meant to be. And once you go against it, your body starts telling you.
So that means for those kind of people,
Yeah.
if you were to put a quick schedule for them to say, get up and walk and all of that,
Yes.
what would be the structure like? Is it going to be like a 5 minutes thing or a 2 minutes thing?
So you can have it's very simple. You can have a reminder on your phone every hour or 2 hours, walk around. I do that when I talk to people because I work from home as well. So when I'm talking, I get up and I start walking. I get up. It's harder when I'm on a Zoom call, but I get up and I start walking. I just get up and I start walking. So you just, and once you get used to it, you find that
lifestyle.
yes, it becomes a lifestyle, and you do so. Have reminders. Just try. I know it's hard, though. It's not easy because so on your phone, since you're on your phone or on your laptop anyway, let there be a reminder there. Let that remind you.
Okay, so there's a big elephant in the room right now because that is what is the fad that is happening around the world. Everybody is using one particular drug that's supposed to be curing diabetes. I will not mention the name.
Okay.
To do it, but you know the one
Yes,
I'm
I know
talking
the one
about.
you're talking about.
It is like literally, because my friend in the US, she actually her specialty is the oncologist. What they call them, the diabetic management,
Oncologists are
whatever.
for cancer. Well.
Yeah. So tell me, would you recommend? So are there safe weight loss management pills? If it is yes, would you recommend it for people that are managing their weight and probably might not have the energy or the time for things like this that you're talking about?
Okay. So I work with safe and healthy medications to boost weight loss. I tell people 1 million times 0 is 0. So if we give you 1 million and there's no effort, 0 effort, it's still 0. Do you understand? These medications, the ones you are talking about, it's for diabetics. Okay? So let your doctor be the one to recommend it. The problem is that in this part of the world, people are taking the thing like I'm famous for saying it, take it like it's Tom Tom.
In fact,
Like,
it's worse abroad. People that are not diabetic, they've gone to go and collect diagnosis that they're diabetic.
Oh,
because
wow.
one of the side effects for that drug,
Yes.
the doctors will tell you that you would lose weight. So a lot of people, in fact, she was telling me in her hospital right now, they've had to ban it. Wow. Because it was under HMO and all of that for all their medical. This even the medical personnel now doing it.
Wow.
So, but it's there. People are using it, and all of that. So if you were to kind of like counsel people, because people actually, and it's not a cheap medication. It's not a cheap medication. So, how would you kind of like advise them and what would you say, and what are your alternatives? Because these ones I hear that they're very quick. It can get you down like in a very short time.
Yes, but it's not. First of all, it doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah, okay.
First and foremost.
It's like NJ is looking for the drug. I will not tell
How did you know? First of all, it's not for. So what I even have some videos on this because I'm actually very passionate about this. First of all, it's not for everybody. This is the medication that is meant for people who are diabetic. Diabetic will lead possible amputation of limbs. Serious matters, very serious matters. So it's for them. So if the doctor has said, okay, you can take it, fine. But how can you? I just want to lose weight. You now can use it. Have you seen the side effects? It's there online. If you go online, just go and look. The people I've asked who have used it before, I said, did you know it had this side effect? I didn't know. Who told you to? Oh, my friend just brought it from XYZ. And yes, my friend just brought it from, and you just took something that is meant for people who would die if they didn't take it. Do you understand? And you just take it like that, and people have had really horrible side effects. Oh, wow. People have had very, very horrible side effects. I mean, there's so many. If you go online and you just look, most times people don't. You know, I said ignorance is a main thing. Knowledge is actually the gap. Go online and look at it. Just go and look at the side effects. Let that sink in, and then see if you are still going to go. Okay, so the alternatives. Yeah. A healthy life. Get advice. I'll say I cannot, first of all, I cannot speak to every single person. But speak to somebody who is experienced. I have personal experience with weight loss. And I've worked with many people. And I'm educated, I'm trained as well. Do your research on who you're even going to meet. Research the person, whoever is going to give you advice, first of all. Don't let it just be told one medical person. Medical from where? I've asked people this. She just said she's one medical. What? Nobody has. So when it comes to weight loss, I think we get too excited and we don't do our own research. It's your body. You have to look after your body. So lifestyle, at the end of the day, because people who are not diabetic will stop that medication at some point. And a lot of times, if they don't inculcate healthy habits, the weight comes back.
And it comes back
in full force. I'm telling you. So what's the point? A healthy lifestyle is still the best. And healthy life is not as hard as you think. It's not as hard as it's actually. So people I've worked with, they've actually seen they're actually amazed that you mean I can eat and I can lose weight. Yes, you can.
So if you had one thing that you say, if this problem is just out of the way, I'm good. I think I can even retire. Like one of the biggest problems you would like to address when it comes to people living on healthy lifestyle. What would that be? What would that thing be that you would say, you know what, once people are able to get this, then I think I've done well with my career?
I think we should get advice, get knowledge from the right people. People are going to the wrong people and the wrong places to get their advice. So people, they want advice, but they're just getting the wrong advice.
Since that is your biggest concern, make we address the elephant again inside the room. The cost. Because again, getting a personal nutritionist or a personal trainer is not particularly affordable for a lot of people, right? So how would you balance that? For somebody that I'm on a very lean salary and I don't have so much, are there like free courses? Are there things that you've done? Okay, if you do this, you'll be fine. Maybe we can now talk about other things much later.
Okay, like someone like me now, if you go on my Instagram page, I have lots of tips, because I know it's not everybody, like I said, it's not everybody. I can't even physically see everybody. But I have lots of tips, lots of information. And then from reputable people out there, if you go to, you can actually get lots of tips, simple things that can actually help you. Do you understand? So it's actually not, it's not impossible if you're intentional.
All right, let's take comments. I think you have another one.
This one says, good evening, my dear beautiful sisters of What Are You Saying, #Ways. Healthy habits for busy lifestyles. Your beautiful guest has said it all. We need to live a good, healthy life. She made mention that we should not live a fasted lifestyle. Also, she said that being sick and unhealthy is very expensive, which is true, and I agree. It is also advisable to conquer dehydration by taking enough water. Also, creation of awareness should be put into consideration too. Daily exercises is very important. Nice to see my dear beautiful sister.
I have really missed
This is from Daniel Ilo.
Daniel, so you just abandoned us and you didn't send us messages. Please don't do that again. Don't do that. I missed you too, Daniel Ilo. Yeah. I mean, okay, you know what? What are you going to promise our fans? Maybe something free. Should we do like a video, like a sensitized? For me, we'll be ready to jump on it. I think again, as a free way to help people, it would be nice to do like maybe a 10-minute sensitization video. We see your small, quick routines you do. We'll carry camera and follow you. It's our work. We don't have a problem. But and I'm sure you're open to that, right?
Yes. Obviously, giving people information and knowledge. Yeah,
absolutely. I really had so much fun with you.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you.
I
like
so
the
much
questions.
I
like deep questions.
Because the question is practical to our life. So that you don't come come back tomorrow and we are not here, we're in the hospital. Honestly speaking,
Very
I know my
true.
lifestyle is bad. I
Very
know.
true, very
I need to change.
Yeah.
I need to repent.
you
I need to
can.
repent. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Olubanke. We
Thank
had
you.
so much fun with you. We look forward to more. She's going to do a lot of sensitization videos, so we'll do it on her behalf. Thank you so much,
Thank
MJ.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Adiola.
you.
All right, so before we go, do ensure you follow us across. Thank you, Daniel Ilo. Tomorrow, send another message. Now, remember to like, share, invite your families and friends to watch and follow the conversation. Now, if you missed our quote for today, here it is again. The true measure of a nation's progress is not just, it's economic growth, but also the health and vitality of its workforce. That's from Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I think we need to do something around workplace, like how can employees, right? How can employers rather help their employees? Do you understand? If there's something else we can do, like a part two of the conversation. So I know that some companies, they did a lot of consciousness with especially their workers from home. They had to put them, okay, did you go to eat? So they did all those things just to make sure, because at some point people were just dropping dead. Yes. So I think we'll come back for a part two for that. How can employers manage the health of the employees and can really put things around the office that can also help mobility and some of the hydrations and all of that you talked about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we had fun.
Likewise, I did too. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. Also bring another great conversation to your screen. Ciao.